statement from an executive session standpoint, and there were two. The executive session was held on Wednesday, October 9, 2024, to discuss legal matters. The session lasted approximately 30 minutes. An executive session was held prior to tonight's meeting to discuss legal matters and personnel matters, including staff appointments and resignations. That session lasted approximately 45 minutes. Dr. Gallagher, I'm going to turn it to you for comments and consent action, please.
Thank you, Mr. Keith. First, I want to address that I am fortunate to get out to our buildings almost on a daily basis, and I'm very pleased to report the great things that are happening. Our student representatives mentioned some of them, but that just goes down through the system. We had our career day, as they mentioned, 75 speakers almost spoke at career day. I got to see some of them. It was excellent. But what's happening in our schools every day is just why we're up here. That's why we're up here. And I'm proud of our schools. I'm proud of our teachers. I'm proud of our staff. I'm proud of our parents. And I just want to stress how well things are going. Yeah, there's bumps in the road in every school. That's how schools are. I've been doing this a long time. And there's some things that were insinuated, I believe, on social media that just simply aren't true. Also, back in, I believe, September, Mr. Keith had asked me to create a committee to address some of the issues that we've been dealing with in the community and in the school community in particular, and going back and forth thinking, what's the best way to do this? And the best way to do this is we created our most recent comprehensive plan committee back in May. So what we did is worked through some and added several additional community members, all parents, also parents who may serve dual roles, who also represent a business or another type of agency. I'm pleased to say that this past Monday we had a meeting here in this room at the end of the day from 3:30 till just after 5 o'clock. And it was really meaningful conversation, open conversation, honest conversation. One of our action steps is culture of belonging. And that's a big piece of this upcoming comprehensive plan. You saw it in the video tonight. That's an example of it. But I want to thank Dr. Katie Kennedy-Riley, our Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment. She was the internal coordinator, facilitator of this. The Bucks County IU is our outside facilitator. And Dr. Kennedy-Riley did a phenomenal job facilitating what could be a difficult conversation at times. And we did bring the new members in last week to just get them caught up. And then we added them to the big meeting. The next couple steps is we are creating 3 subgroups where the big group of 75 will sign up for a subgroup. That subgroup will meet during the next couple months. We'll bring the large group back. And eventually we will report out in this venue, or the EP committee probably, and then it will come to here on what the committee has come up with. This is required by the Department of Education, but Satterton takes it a step further. We could do it simply just by checking boxes in the system the PDE provides, Pennsylvania Department of Education provides, but we always take it a step further because this guides our work for the next 3 years. So I'm excited. I was really humbled by what I heard on Monday from our community members, our staff members, and our students. We also added students to this year. So, Mr. Keith, I will be giving you updates on this and the board as we move forward.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher.
I also wanted to say that last night was the annual Indian Valley versus Indian Crest football game. And it was played on the turf at the high school. And for the first time in a very long time, Indian Valley beat Indian Crest. So this was really a big deal, news story here in the district this morning. Not that we don't want Crest to feel bad, but we needed Valley to feel good about something because they've been losing for years. So it was a good game, and everyone had fun. The students, players love to play on the turf field. That's their one night that they could play on the turf field. I also want to thank our local fire companies and first responders for the visits to our elementary schools during Fire Prevention Month. We really value our partnership with our fire departments, and I know that the critical work they do. Just yesterday morning, when I was driving to work, I couldn't go my normal way because a guy in a motorcycle was clipped by a truck. He did make it. I don't know his name, At first, they thought it was fatal, but he did make it. But that caused a lot of detours yesterday morning. But our fire department was right on it. And they also come out to our buildings to do this partnership work. But once in a while, a fire alarm goes off for some reason. Thankfully, it's not a fire, and they come out right away. Tomorrow, or Saturday, I'm wishful thinking, Saturday, Franconia Township Police Department will be doing a drug take-back day at Franconia Elementary. So if you have any old drugs, expired drugs, from 10 to 2 in the Franconia parking lot, you could just give your drugs to them and they'll recycle them or whatever they do. We don't want those drugs to get in the wrong hands, and we don't want them to get in our streams and rivers because they do kill the wildlife. I want to thank our parents for the support of school fundraisers. Fall is a busy time for fundraisers. Who's a parent in here? God bless you. I know you're asked for a lot, and we appreciate that. That does help with field trips, and next week is Halloween for our elementary schools in particular. If you're a homeroom parent, thank you for doing that. It will be our socials, our Halloween parades and socials on Halloween. Okay, I want to address something I saw on social media, and I really sometimes get frustrated. There was an insinuation that we would not support or participate in the new program, the Pennsylvania Feminine Hygiene Product Grant Program. Nothing is further from the truth. We have received notice that we will be getting those grant funds to provide those products and that support to our young female students. But I want to stress further, we've been doing that for years. That is a priority of our nurses and our phys ed teachers to meet the needs of young women in our buildings. So we are going to receive the money. I believe it's $10,000 to purchase more products, but we will continue to purchase products. We will continue to take donations of products. There's a lot of programming that happens in that area, and I just wanted to set it straight that we do take that seriously and always have and always will. As a big brother of a sister, I take that very seriously, and we're going to move on from there. We do it. The district, this is the good news. I announced one of these grants in the last meeting that we just had, the Act 34. The district is the recipient of the Public School Facilities Improvement Grant, which includes $1 million for the West Broad project, where the complete renovation is happening along with their HVAC replacement, and $1 million for the replacement. We can choose a variety of schools for their HVAC systems, particularly the old stuff that would go into the Freon that would go into our air conditioners that you can't buy from, like if you have a car from the 90s, we can't update that anymore. So this $1 million, we are going to focus most likely on Oak Ridge is HVAC system. The first time we've ever received these funds, it's a new program in Pennsylvania, and we're very happy. And you'll hear more about this in the next coming weeks. Mr. Keith, that is my report.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher.